The natural landscapes of Vietnam hold a diverse array of ecosystems, made up of an amazing variety of plants, insects, and animals. Biodiversity refers to the variety of living organisms that are the building blocks of healthy ecosystems. From the big to the small, the strange to the majestic, every living thing plays an important role. For thousands of years, Vietnamese people have lived in harmony with nature, benefiting from its bountiful resources. Worldwide, the balance of nature, which has sustained life on the planet for millions of years, is threatened. And if that balance continues to be disrupted, Vietnam is expected to be hard hit by the resulting changes that Earth will undergo. Across the planet, human population is rapidly increasing, and there are a variety of global changes arising from destructive human activities, such as an alarming increase in carbon dioxide emissions, the loss of life-supporting forests, and the conversion of natural land for agriculture. All of these have led to the fact that global temperatures are increasing, and climate change is threatening to devastate the world's people and biodiversity.
We're beginning to know now that climate change will result in greater variability in climatic patterns. We'll see changes in rainfall patterns, we'll see greater temperature variations. We are expecting also to see an increase in extreme weather events and an increase in their severity. Southeast Asia, and Vietnam in particular, will be particularly affected by the impacts of climate change.
Along Vietnam's coastline, many people are already feeling the destructive effects of climate change. Sea levels are rising due to the melting of polar ice caps, affecting communities in Vietnam with problems like erosion and the intrusion of salt into fertile soils, which destroys crops and permanently degrades soil. Inland, periods of extreme drought have led to major water shortages, while less frequent but more intense storms have caused dangerous and destructive landslides, as well as a loss of precious topsoil. What many don't realize is that climate change is linked to another, equally important human-caused change, the loss of biological diversity. As human populations grow, more and more natural resources are used or converted to accommodate people's needs. Such pressure on the natural environment often results in a loss of biodiversity. Climate change is also an important driver in the loss of biodiversity, as species and ecosystems struggle to keep pace with rapid changes in temperature and weather patterns. At the same time, biodiversity plays another important role in relation to climate change. When biodiversity is lost, the negative impacts of climate change often increase. This can be seen in many coastal areas, where mangrove forests act as natural buffers against the harsh coastal environment. In areas where mangroves have been cleared, flooding and saltwater intrusion are becoming progressively more severe with the changing climate.
The long coastlines, the exposure to storms, hurricanes, typhoons, and the availability of a very limited area of land for agriculture and lots of people living in the coastal areas, that is really what makes Vietnam so much exposed to the risks of climate change.
Inland areas are also at risk to the impacts of climate change. Located in northern Vietnam, just 2 hours from the capital city of Hanoi, lies beautiful Tam Dao National Park. Renowned for its incredible array of biodiversity, scientists from all over the world continue to be amazed at the species found here. The importance of biodiversity can be seen in the presence of many medicinal plants that only grow deep within the park. Welcome to the garden of Mr. Chiok Van Pham. For 6 generations, his family has been sustainably gathering seeds from the surrounding forests in order to cultivate important medicinal plants.
Vườn rong ở trên núi tự nhiên thì tôi biết nhiều loại. Ví dụ là ở trên núi Tam Đảo thì có dây vuông này, dây tức là quế dây này, thiên lý này. Cây này là cây đuôi lươn chỗ chữa hội sản đuôi lươn ấy. Đây là rành chữa bệnh gan, khớp. Mấy 3 tầng đấy vườn Tam Đảo mới có. Đây vì ươm trồng cho đây này, trồng các nơi đây trồng hết mà cho dân đây nhiều.
New species of animals and plants are still being discovered in Tam Dao. Who knows what properties they may hold? An area called the buffer zone has been identified around the periphery of Tam Dao National Park in order to help protect the park's biodiversity from human encroachment. Approximately 200,000 people live in this buffer zone, the majority making their living from agriculture, while also using products from the forest in traditional ways.
Dân số mỗi ngày nó phát triển lên. Bây giờ dân số ngay xóm này trước đây chỉ có độ 6-7 hộ thôi. Bây giờ lên đến 70 hộ rồi. Thì đương nhiên là cái dân số này nó lên thì đương nhiên là cái rừng nó sẽ phải thu hẹp lại. Đấy. Thì cái này là cũng
Due to high utilization pressure on the natural resources of the park and the buffer zone, a large part of the forest has been destroyed, and many plant and animal species have become extinct.
Ngày xưa thì rừng thì cây cối thì nó nhiều hơn bây giờ. Thì cái này thì một thời gian là mọi người tốt. Thì phá chứ đi mình phá đi mình làm đây này, trồng chè rồi bây giờ bên đồi thì không, bây giờ mới lại trồng cây ấy đấy, trồng keo đấy ban.
Commercial conversion of agricultural land, in combination with other human pressures on the forest, has had a devastating impact on the region's biodiversity.
Khi mà rừng còn nhiều á, tức là thì có rất là nhiều loại thú rừng sinh sống. Có một số là ví dụ là voi này, khỉ này, rồi là gấu, rồi hiêu, rồi là các cái loại như là ba tê, rồi có rất nhiều loài mà sinh sống ở cái khu vực này. Đặc biệt nữa là các chim chóc là rất là nhiều.
Much of the water upon which the farmers of the Tam Dao buffer zone depend originates in the forests of the national park. Forests naturally act as giant sponges, holding precious water in the soil beneath their roots. But with the forests rapidly disappearing in combination with climatic changes in rainfall, water is becoming scarce.
Nước thì chắc là mình nghĩ là chỉ có rừng thôi. Ngày xưa lên đấy thì nước vụ chiêm không bao giờ mất nước. Nhưng bây giờ thì tự nhiên là vụ chiêm này nó tự hết nước, không có nước. Thì trước mình lấy ở các mạch suối này. Mấy nước ở suối này vào đây tự mấy năm này là không thấy nó có mạch nữa. Nó tự nó khô hết. Ngày xưa là nước nó cứ đấy thôi.